Hey everyone, so I'm packing for a Repticon this weekend. We're going to be heading to Jacksonville, Florida, at a sports arena thing. We're gonna set up. We have 4 tables. So yeah, just gonna have you guys sit here and pack with me and just talk about some stuff while I get everything together. Right now I'm just packing some corn snakes and some king snakes and all. I have some palmettos and het scalus and het palmettos and blizzards, caramels, things like that. So yeah, just gonna have you guys sit here and converse with me. So for this reptile show, when we booked it, we knew it was in July, and we knew July is when we started getting busier and all, and I thought by July we would have a lot more animals out of the egg than we do. Part of the problem is when the animals shed and have eaten a few times, if we post them for sale, and you guys have just been buying them like crazy, seriously crazy. So about a week ago, we had tons of animals and we would have had enough to fill up 4 tables, but I posted them between last week and this week, and you guys bought them, almost all of them. So we're sitting here and we're kind of confused about how we're going to be able to fill up 4 tables, but we'll make it work. Yeah, this year's been going really great so far. We've had over 40 or 45 ball python clutches laid, and we still have about 20 that are sitting on nest. We're just going through ovulations. We've had tons of colubrids eggs. They went a little bit early this year, and a lot of them have just recently started hatching out in the past couple weeks. A lot of them have already shed and eaten multiple times, and that's why we're bringing some. We've already sold quite a few. But yeah, this year's just going really great. We're having a good year. The best year we've ever had with our hognose. Not a great year, but the best year we've ever had with them. But it's just going to be a really interesting year, and I'm really excited for this year, and I'm excited for the animals that we're going to have for you guys. I get so excited to think about when I'm posting the animals and you guys get to get them and ship them to you, because I'm just so excited, because the amount of animals we're going to be producing this year are and even the quality of animals we're producing this year are some of our best stuff literally ever. So yeah, I'm just really excited for this year. Some things that I've been just really happy with what we've hatched out lately are some of our scaleless corn snakes. I know there's some controversy on scaleless and all, but personally I like scaleless. We're keeping them in captivity. I like them. And one of my favorites, probably the favorite corn snake we've hatched out this year, maybe my favorite snake of all year, is my snow scaleless. It's all white with red eyes and has absolutely no scales. So that's one of mine that I'm really excited about. I'm going to be keeping it. It's a female. I wish it was a male, but it is a female, but nevertheless, I'm still going to keep her. We haven't had any scalers for sale yet because they've just hatched out. They haven't shed or eaten yet, but we've sold and had some het scalers, snow het scalers and Anra's het scalers and all that we've sold because they've shed and eaten multiple times already. So yeah, really just going great this year. And I also just made a website. It's called worldsworldofreptiles.com. I have a few things listed on there. Mainly it's just pictures and it says sold out and all, but I'm gonna try to mess around with that this year. We sell on Morph Market. Mainly that's 95%, or actually no, I shouldn't say 95, but our online sales about 95%. That we do the shows and all, but majority of what we sell is from Morph Market. But I want to make a website, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're just going to have more simple or normal things albino corn snakes, Anra corn snakes, nothing Anra had this and that, or yeah, at least just for this first year. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do it. But yeah, you can go on there now and see how the website is set up. Don't judge it yet. I'm not finished. with it. There's going to be so much more to come on it. It's going to look a lot better within the next year. Especially if I'm just going to be getting help with it and figuring out how to work with technology. But yeah, I got all the corn snakes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only like 15 corn snakes. Unless a few more have eaten by today, then we might bring some more, but so far that's it. What we do have quite a few of, which I'm excited about, are black Mexican kings. Hey little girl, you gotta get off. Yeah, you gotta get off. So on this like white shelf back here, we keep all the corn snakes on there. But king snakes and milk snakes, we keep them on the floor in a Rubbermaid because they are so strong that they push out of us. And then some get away, and I don't want that happening. Yeah, these are just deli cups that we have, like medicine cups stapled to the side. The animals aren't in here permanently. They don't spend like months and months in here. They're only in here for about a week or two until they move, because we are a breeder and we are a retailer. So they're only in here for about a week, and then they go on to their forever homes or to another breeder, a pet shop, and whatnot. So, yep. We're actually going to be getting bigger cups for all the hatchlings, so they're not going to be staying in this anymore. They're going to be short like this, but they're going to be big. And we're going to have a cup in the middle, and they just have more room to move around in. Just improving things little by little. But yeah, right now what I'm packing up are some black Mexican kings. I have a few available on Morph Market right now. I'm going to be taking some to the show, of course. The bad thing about packing these guys up, as like compared to like the corn snakes, they just like musk on you and it's gross, and they just like want to bite you. Now they grow out of that for the most part, but like when they're babies, like these are like 3 weeks old. They're like all about that musking and pooping life, and yeah. They're so beautiful. These are really popular kings. They're like one of the only kings we do. We do majority just like black Mexican kings, and then I have like a pair of banana kings that I bred for the first time this year just because I like them. But we don't do that many kings. We just do these because we really like these. And they're awesome. Little. Hey. Quit it. We're still waiting on like a bunch of ball pythons to hatch. We've hatched about like maybe like 5 or 6 clutches so far. But that's about it. We're still waiting on like a bunch. Most of them are due to hatch like the middle of this month, middle of July and all. So super excited on those to hatch. I love hatching ball pythons. They're probably like some of like my favorite snakes that we produce just because I love like the variety they come in. Balls are pretty much one of our best sellers too. And another thing I was going to talk about is that just started like yesterday or the day before, the ban on green iguanas and tegus and a few other species. That just started. So if you don't know about it, if you're a Florida resident, if you're not, it really doesn't apply to you unless you're moving to Florida. If you want to own a green iguana, like any color variation or any kind of tegu, and then there's a couple others like not as known species on there. If you want to own any of those, you no longer can. You can no longer purchase them, and we are no longer allowed to sell them in the state of Florida. due to this ban. Now, if you already have one and you've had one, you know, since before the 1st or the 30th, you can actually go on the FWC, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation website, and you can put in an application, you know, grandfathering, saying that, you know, you've had one since before this date, so that if for some reason Fish and Game ever came to your house and they say that you have it, they wouldn't be allowed to possess it because you have this grandfathered in. Or if you already have a license for your green iguana you've had in the past. That's just basically what it is. But like sellers like me, who breed and all, like I have babies that are growing up to breed and all, that I've had for like the past year or two. I'm allowed to keep them. I'm grandfathered and they've been on my list, on my FWC list, and we can still sell them, but out of Florida. So no longer can we sell them in Florida. There's a lot of different like opinions and everything on that, but I won't get into it. Yeah, if you didn't know about that, now you do. Just another animal you can't own in Florida now. They're already established species, and to be honest, one animal I was surprised that wasn't on there were veiled chameleons, because veiled chameleons are everywhere in South, even like mid-Tampa, like Tampa and down, they're everywhere. So I was actually kind of surprised that those weren't on the list, because, you know, every adult that you buy, 99% of the time, it's a wild caught. Even if you like live out of state and you buy one from Florida and it's an adult, 99% of the time, it's a wild caught, which isn't anything bad or nothing, but it's an established species. So, yeah, I just thought that was like a little weird, but, if you guys don't know, U.S. ARC, they fight for reptile keepers' rights, and they've actually been able to reverse some laws, especially with like shipping bigger snakes over state lines and such like that. They've actually been able to reverse some laws, so hopefully in the future, you know, this will get reversed and people will be able to enjoy having tegus and green iguanas and a few other species too. US ARC was actually down here for quite some time. Remember when I spoke to them a couple months ago, when this was all not first starting, but starting to go into effect. They were down here for months, like literally months. They were living in hotels for months because they were down here just trying to not get the bill passed. But if you ever have a chance to donate to the US ARC and you're a reptile keeper, you support reptile keepers, please do. They help people like me and you keep the animals we have and fight for our rights. Yeah. Oh, another thing that's been crazy, doing reptile shows during a pandemic. We have done like 4, maybe more, 4 or 5 now, I think. We've actually done the first Repticon since the pandemic, and it's been interesting to say the least. I gotta go get more containers. But yeah, reptile shows during the pandemic have definitely been different, way different than any reptile show I've ever experienced. Basically for the vendors, you know, we have to wear masks the whole time, and customers that come in, they have to wear masks, it's required. But for like 2-day shows, customers are only able to stay for 2 hours. They have to buy a 2-hour time slot online. You can't buy tickets at the door, you have to buy them online only. You have to wear a mask the whole time. You know, vendors, they can take payments however. But yeah, it's just been really different, and it's been like a different like atmosphere at the reptile shows from what I've noticed. Which is like, you know, good and it's like fine. Not anything problematic. It just seems that people are more about like business, like they're coming in, they get the animals they want, and then, you know, they have to leave. So it's like they come in with like a clear vision of what they want, and they're able to get it, and then, you know, unfortunately they have to leave because of the 2-hour time slot. At one-day shows, they're only doing 1-hour time slots, which I don't really like, because you don't really have a lot of time to talk to customers, and customers who are seriously coming in to buy. Like, if you were like, okay, I want to get corn snake, I want to get the whole setup, I want to make sure I do everything right, you can't do that within an hour, in my opinion. But we had some people, we actually did a one-day show last weekend, and it was the best one-day show we've ever had. Like, that one-day show has always been good. It was in Fort Myers. It was phenomenal. Like, thank you to everyone that came and supported us and showed up. It was, like, awesome. And to be honest, we've had some of our best shows during the pandemic when we did the first ever one, Kissimmee. You know, Kissimmee is kind of a slow show. We did phenomenal there. It was the best show we've ever had there. Sarasota, you know, was pretty good. Hey, stop. Sarasota was good. Tampa, you know, Tampa's kind of like a hard show for us. We live in Tampa and all, so I like doing it because it's just down the street. But there's so much competition, you know. There's so many other, like, awesome vendors that come. It's the biggest Repticon that there is, at least in Florida. I've been told it's the biggest Repticon at all. And, you know, at first I was kind of nervous about it because I'm like, we have 4 tables. We actually gave one of them to Jeff at Hardcore Hog Nose because we didn't have enough to fill up 4 tables. But, you know, we were kind of nervous. I'm like, man, we got all these tables. This, you know, isn't one of our, you know, like, best shows already. You know, I'm just super nervous. But we did awesome in Tampa. And then we had a couple weeks later Fort Myers, and it was like probably our best show since the pandemic, and it was a one-day show. So, I mean, it's just been crazy. We've had some of our best shows since the pandemic. When the whole pandemic started and we didn't have any more reptile shows, it was kind of scary because I didn't know what people were going to do. I didn't know if people were just going to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm not gonna get anything right now, you know, it's not a necessity. But for the first week it was really scary. Not a lot of people ordered online. We didn't really have a lot too, so it was our down season. So that didn't really help anything out, but we didn't really sell a lot for the first week, and it was like really scary. And then it took off. Like, I think once people started realizing, you know, wow, there's not going to be any Repticons, reptile shows for a while, is when people started to turn to the internet and Morph market and stuff. So I think that really helped us out there. And it just kind of like showed us that we don't have to do as many reptile shows as we thought we did, because we've just done phenomenally online, and we've been able to transition to an e-commerce, you know, like retailer and all, which is great because reptile shows really do take a lot out of us. I have an Apple Watch and I wear it at the reptile shows. See how much I move around. I move around more at a reptile show than I do in like a 1.5 hour gym session. Like, it's just very, very crazy and just draining. I like doing them, I do, but I do want to cut down on the amount that we do just because it is so draining. And I would like to put more effort into online selling, which is why I'm now doing the website and all, like I was telling you guys. But yeah, after this, I don't really know what else there is to do. I already packed up the adult Leos. I gotta go through the baby leopard geckos and see if there's any that we're bringing. I don't know. One thing we are doing, we're cutting down on the amount of leopard geckos that we're doing, and that's basically my decision. Because a couple years ago, you know, we produced like 2,000 babies in a year. This whole room was just baby leopard geckos, and it was way too much. You know, nobody needs that many leopard geckos, even if you are like a wholesaler. There's just way too much, and this past year we produced maybe about 500, but this year we're not even producing nowhere near that much. I just don't have the energy to do it anymore.